Hi everyone, it's Adrienne. Thought I'd show you something a little different today. So back at the end of June, mid-June, end of June, I decided that I needed another craft because, you know, that's what we do. We think we need something different or more, or we get caught by the shinies. You know how it goes. And so I ordered on Amazon a diamond painting kit. And the problem is that I have Amazon Prime, which means when I have a whim, suddenly I can have that whim answered really quickly. So I literally had it delivered like that Saturday night. And I started working on it. And then of course I went crazy, started watching YouTube videos about it and looking all over online for different shops and things like that. And then I have since, all right, see all this stuff back here? Those are all diamond sets for different packages that I have. Because I'm an addict. Plain and simple, I'm an addict. So, I'll show you what I've been working on. This is the first one that I bought, and I started it immediately. Okay, so diamond painting is this weird cross between quote-unquote cross stitch and paint by numbers. I love it. It's super meditative. I love to work on it when there's no noise and I just do it in silence. It's super meditative for me. My problem is that I bought this at the end of June and then we had like heat wave, and then I went away. So I really didn't get very far on it. So even though I've had it for a month and a half, I haven't gone that far. But that's okay. So this is, I think it's a 30 by 40 centimeter. So there we go. So this is a picture of a painting by a guy named Leonid Afremov, who I absolutely adore. I now have like 4 others of his in varying sizes in my collection of diamond paintings. So this particular one has a clear coat, little cellophane coat to keep it. Most of them have like a waxy paper coat that you can't see through. This one you can, which is kind of nice. So you can see I'm just working on, I'm just working right through here. So I've done the top row, down here, all along here, and then now I'm starting to work inwards there. So I don't have that much more to do. Let's give you a little close up. These are all round diamonds. There's a little bit of space between them. The round ones are easier to apply because you don't have to make sure they're quote-unquote straight like you do the square ones. However, the square ones don't have any gaps, so they kind of click together a little better. I don't know, I think almost all the rest of mine are squared diamonds, so it'll be interesting to see if I like that when I get around to it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it right now, and I've gone not too crazy on accessories. I bought a light pad for it and some extra like storage containers and things like that because it doesn't come with the little plastic storage containers, but I've got mine. I'll show you. This is the first storage container solution I bought the weekend that I started. So they're just, my fingers don't work. There's little plastic things. They have little pop-up lids. I've put little squares of fabric softener sheets in there to help with the static electricity. I don't really think it helps that much, but placebo effect, right? I think it's doing something, it's doing something. Yeah, I put my own little labels on it, the whole kit and caboodle. So it's been good. Yeah, I really like it. So we're actually sitting in my yarn room today. I'm showing you the non-yarn corner of my yarn room. But all of these are, let's see. So all of these diamonds, I know that's a lot, but this is for 2 different kits, and each of these kits has 4 panels to it, so they're smaller in size, but then you get 4 to make a full picture. Yeah, I'm totally addicted. So really being on a yarn sabbatical doesn't do me any good because I just find another craft and stash like crazy in that one. So I quite literally have enough diamond painting to probably keep me busy for like 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I know I just said that considering I have like 25 years worth of sock yarn. See, this is my problem, people. I really am that bad. But it's good. Yeah, I'm really excited about lots of other storage. Because, you know, I'm a crafter. Me and storage go hand in hand. So I've got a bunch of other storage mechanisms to see if I like those better. So I've got little plastic jars that are like 5 high and screw into each other. And then I've got a bunch that are plain. We'll keep trying them until I find something I love. This one is fine, except that I find that there tends to be little gaps in here. So sometimes when I pour out of one, stuff will come out of the other. And these lids come up a little too easily sometimes. So I've not had any catastrophes, which is nice, but still. So yeah, and then up here, this is a bunch of my cross-stitching stuff. And if you go a little higher, this box here, my blocking mats. And then we can just get into the junk shelves. So that includes an iron, a bunch of ribbons and paper crafting stuff, some quilling stuff, some fabric. Yeah, there's very few crafts I haven't really tried. I used to be a really avid paper crafter and I gave that up. I've tried quilling, but I'm not very good at it. I do a little bit of EPP hand sewing. I would love to learn how to sew and quilt. I have a sewing machine that a friend of mine gave me like 5 years ago. I have never actually turned it on because I don't know how. I have no idea how to sew with the machine, actually. It's on the bucket list of things to learn. But yeah. So yeah, you want to go on a little bit of a tour? I'm going to apologize in advance. My yarn room is a bit of a disaster. I don't know why this room is always a disaster. It just always is. Between like my yarn, like my personal yarn, and then the shop yarn, and then packing materials, and all my cross-stitch stuff, and so stuff is a little crazy. All right, let's have a look. So, look, I have a nice big space to put something when I finish it. And this is some of the stock for my yarn. That's all my fingering stuff. Fingering weight, my sock yarn. And then if we go over here, bins and bins and bins, those are all mine. And then I've got, whoa, sorry, bins and bins of yarn down here, and then more bins down here, more bins over here. Oh, this is my self-striping bin. That's my regular bin. I have a lot of yarn, people. See, look, got all these things in bags, all these kits pre-done, all sorts of cotton that I don't even use because this isn't even my dishy cotton, all this stuff down here. I'm a disaster. I'm a crafting disaster. Anyway, thanks for joining my diamond painting little excursion. I'll talk to you soon. Hi everyone, nice to see you again. So I'm tucked into a corner of my house with stuff above me and, you know, playing in the living room. And hi, it's nice to see you again. All right, let's talk about some knitting because it is technically a knitting vlog. All right, what do I need to tell you? Silver fox sighting. I drove to work the other day. I was late and that's when I saw him. So I'm like, oh, he leaves for work after I do. Okay, I don't sound totally creepy, but it's kind of funny at the same time. So anyway, so I saw him and he waved at me and I was like, oh, he made my day. So yeah, so that was nice. I hadn't seen him in a while. He's got a very lovely face, so it was good to see. Other than that, life is busy. I've been having a bit of a knitting temper tantrum. Let's talk about that. keep looking at the baby blanket. So I'm still working on the stupid baby blanket. I hate it. Not because it's not a pretty knit, and not because it isn't beautiful, and not because I don't love the people I'm making it for. I'm just done. I'm so done. I don't want to knit it anymore. I just want the stupid thing off my freaking needles. So, I'm in a very weird corner of my house. So like right down there, I'm quite literally sitting at the top of the stairs to my basement. It just happens to be a fairly nice uncluttered corner. And I went to grab the knitting off my footstool, and the yarn bag and ball went doop, 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 down all the way down the stairs. I'll get that later. I have the knitting. So, there we go. It's just about an inch. I'll probably get a little bit more when I block it, but it's about an inch. And I was gonna go 2, maybe 3 inch. Forget it. So unblocked, this blanket is roughly 34 inches across. I think that's big enough. I'm done, I'm so done. So I need to do, I think, 1 more round of purl, and then I'll bind off, and then I'm gonna call it done. Then I'll wash it, block it, and weave in the ends, and it'll be done, and I don't want to ever see it again. But I do want to go visit the baby, so I want to go finish it soon. So yeah, this is basically, so my knitting tantrum is that I knew that I needed to be working on this, but I didn't want to, so I put it aside and didn't knit on it. But because I knew I should be knitting on it, I felt bad knitting on anything else. So I was all pouty because I couldn't knit on anything else. So I don't have a lot of progress on anything else. I do have a sock that I've been taking to work because this is getting a little too gargantuan to cart around. But yeah, so fingers crossed, next vlog, there'll be new things to see. All right, so this bag probably looks familiar because you've seen it lots and lots and lots and lots over the last few months. This has my flowering plum sock in it. And I am making slow but steady progress down the foot. So I finished my gusset decreases and I've started down the foot. I haven't gotten far, but I have gotten somewhere. So yay for flowering plum. It is now the beginning of August. It's August 4th today, which means that the single sock along has started. I'm gonna finish socks here. That's my goal. All right, what else? Acquisitions. I totally skipped over foes because I don't have any. All right, acquisitions. So my Rainbow Month Club showed up for the June 28th. It's called Summer Lovin'. Look at those colors, people. Isn't that like, oh, I cannot, I have so many rainbows, like I have so many rainbow socks I need in it. So many knits. But anyway, yeah, so knitterly things. Her Vesper sock yarn, Summer Lovin'. Ugh, that looks good. That's going into the, got a knit pile. I do have more acquisitions. You know why? Because that, just cause. So, last weekend, do you remember Jelena? I went to visit her in Fredericton. Well, ironically enough, she had a wedding here in Ontario a few weeks later. We kind of knew this, but we were like, we'll just see each other live. It'll be fine. And so after the wedding, they had a few days of extra vacation. And so one of those days they came down here and Jelena and I went yarn shopping. Or it was a yarn shop hop, really. We went to like 4 different yarn shops. We went all the way up to Sarnia. We went shopping at Feather Your Nest and Heaven is Handmade. Had lunch with Dawn of the Codependent Knitters, and then came back to London and went to a couple knitting shops here. Feather Your Nest is apparently my kryptonite. It is the one shop, which is, it makes no sense. So Feather Your Nest has a huge hedgehog fibers wall, a bunch of lichen lace, some Blue Moon fiber arts, Mad Tosh, and some Shibui, a bunch of other really, really nice yarns. But those are kind of like the big ones that I can think of off the top of my head. And her hedgehog yarn wall is pretty spectacular. Jelena did some damage because I'm a good influence. But it's not that I don't like hedgehog yarn. I don't like their recent version of their sock yarn base as much as I like their older version. And by older, I mean like 3 or 4 years ago. It was still 90-10, but it was a little bit texturally different. And I prefer the older one. So I shouldn't be as smitten with the yarns as I am now. As a general rule, I don't knit with single ply yarns. I don't knit with mohair. What did I buy when I was there? A ton of hedgehog yarn in single ply and mohair. So yes, this is me admitting to the fact that I have lost the yarn sabbatical. Oh, I was so confident. I was a little too confident, you know? But I just don't know what it is about Feather Your Nest. I walk in there, we went there for Jelena's sake, and I walked in there, and next thing you know, I'm hugging all the yarn. You want to see what I got? Apologize for the crinkles. So, first off, they were having a sale on their DK and Air Weight. So, how do you say no to a hedgehog sale? So this is Merino DK in the Artifact colorway. That's this great brown with mostly pink and blue. This one is particularly pink and blue, although there is a few other colors. I think there's a little bit of yellow, a little bit of orange in here. But it's mostly pink and blue on my skein. So this is going to turn into a hat. But I decided to do something exciting with it. So I grabbed a skein of Bubble mohair, which is mostly blue and green with a little bit of orange and pink in it. And we're going to hold them together and see what happens so that I can have a fuzzy mohair hat. I don't need a fuzzy mohair hat. Oh. Okay, I shouldn't do that. I'm a little sweaty. That's gross. No rubbing the yarn on my face today, much as I might like to. So yeah. So I bought that because I'm dumb. Then saw a skein, and I love this colorway. This is Madeline Tosh in Spectrum. Look at that colorway, people. It's all blues and purples and greens and pinks. Little touches of browny golds. It's awesome. And I couldn't decide, because what I want to do with this is make a single skein shawl, and I want to add a mohair to it. But I couldn't decide if I should use this one, which is called Velvet by Hedgehog Fibers, or this one called Electric. Let me help you out here. Couldn't decide which one, but I can't use both. And so I had to buy another skein of Spectrum, because I am a yarn idiot. I just am. I'm a yarn idiot. What can I say? So now I will have 2 one skein shawls with mohair. Need I mention that on a past trip to Feather Your Nest, probably in the spring sometime, I have a skein of Oracle in single and mohair for a shawl already in my stash. Now I have more singles and mohair for shawls in my stash. People, I am weak. I am weak. So, because I did not finish something before I bought yarn, I didn't finish the sock, I didn't finish the blanket before I bought yarn, I'm officially the double down loser of the yarn sabbatical. The sad thing is that Jelena probably would have covered for me and we could have like kept it quiet, but we went into the yarn shop and there was another viewer there and she was like, hi. I'm like, hi, Julie. I think it was Julie or Julia. I think it was Julia. Hi, sorry if I got your name wrong. So she was there, she watched me break the yarn sabbatical. So I was honest. So I told Dawn, she was like, you bought stuff. I'm like, so I did come clean to Caroline, and she was like, really? She was lots of emojis and happiness, and so she has promised that she will not make me cry when she goes through my stash. I'm gonna hold her to that one. Oh my goodness, people. I lost the yarn sabbatical. Although now that I've lost it, I can go yarn shopping. I might have already bought something online, but it won't be here until like Christmas, so it's fine. It's not an advent calendar. You'll just have to wait and see. All right, that's all I got for yarny stuff today. I did want to complain about the yarn sabbatical. I wanted to show you my stuff. And I wanted to whine and complain about the bark blanket. I pretty much did all that. Okay, it'll be a short one today. Thanks for watching. Have fun knitting. I'll be back soon.